Hey there, fabulous folks. We're absolutely buzzing to be here today. I'm Stevie, and here's our team Ronald, Ray, and Sebastian. We're pumped to unveil our SEO analysis for Raymond Bilodeau's social media marketing class. Our spotlight is on the House of Handsome, a brand oozing with charm and bursting with growth potential. Can't wait to spill the beans on insights that are spot on for today and will arm the brand for the SEO roller coaster of the future. So buckle up as we fast forward to the future of the SEO scene and the snazzy strategies we'll deploy to smash our goals. In 2026, SEO is like a mind reader, focusing on understanding people, not just algorithms. Search engines have evolved into AI-powered wizards, predicting user intent, personalizing results, and rewarding genuine value. Forget cramming in keywords. It's all about crafting content that's helpful, trustworthy, and faster than a caffeinated cheetah. Answering questions before users even finish typing. Welcome to the era of smart experience optimization, where the right audience meets the right content at the exact right moment. Magic. All right, so here's where things get exciting. Our SMART goal is simple but mighty. We want to boost local search traffic to House of Handsome by 20% in just 3 months. How? By turning SEO insights into action. Better keywords, stronger content, and a little creative flair. It's achievable, if focused, and let's be honest, who doesn't want to help get more stylish Edmontonians find their next great haircut? All right, we've got our goal. Now it's time to see how strong the website really is. We're going to transition to look at Google Keywords Planner and identify its pros and cons. All right, for my section, I explored the Google Keywords Planner to see what people in Edmonton are actually searching for when they look for barbershops and grooming services. What I found was really interesting. The highest search volumes are for phrases like barbershop near me, which gets anywhere from 10 to 100,000 searches a month. At first, that looks amazing. Huge traffic, medium competition. What's not to love? However, I realized that these numbers may be global and not local. And with my location set to Edmonton, Google Keywords Planner could still be treating terms such as near me as a general term. So it's counting searches from all over Canada, perhaps even worldwide. For a local business like House of Handsome, the real SEO gold is in location-based keywords. Terms like barbershop Edmonton or men's haircut Edmonton are more realistic. They show actual buying intent from local customers. So, even though the search volumes are smaller, they're way more valuable for ranking locally and reaching clients who are actually nearby. So this is where Keywords Planner has its limits. It's built mainly for Google Ads, not pure search engine optimization. That's why tools like Moz and SparkToro can be helpful. They may fill in the gaps by showing things like domain quality, backlink quality, and audience behavior. So the takeaway here is simple. For a House of Handsome to grow its online visibility, it shouldn't chase global keywords. It should own its own local space by optimizing around service-based, Edmonton-focused search terms. We've seen the demand side. People are definitely searching for these services. But what about the supply side? How well does House of Handsome site compete for those searches? Ronald's got the data from Moz Insights that review where we stand and where we can grow.
So my name is Ronald again, and with the upcoming slides, I will be going through the Moz analysis by analyzing the domain and page authority, top linking domains, and top search competitors for House of Handsome. So in this context, we'll be looking at House of Handsome perform in these areas in comparison to their competitors. So according to Moz's guide on domain authority and page authority, the scores are designed to predict how likely a website or an individual page will rank in search results. The domain authority measures the overall credibility and link strength of the entire website, while the page authority shows the ranking potential of specific pages, such as the homepage or service page. Search engines rely on these signals to decide which sites deserve a higher visibility. So a higher domain authority or page authority usually means more competitive power in search rankings in comparison to their competitors. With House of Handsome, it currently sits at a domain authority of 12, which is strongest in comparison to other Edmonton barber competitors, while its homepage is holding a page authority of about 27 to 28 because it is split into two different links. Non-WW version and just a regular one. So with Hectic Touch, which is one of their competitors, it has a domain authority of 9 with a page authority of 21, while Royal Barber trails in with a domain authority of 5 and page authority of 20. So in referencing these competitors, it kind of shows that these competitors have fewer backlinks and weaker link equity in comparison to House of Handsome. However, even though House of Handsome trails in comparison to the local market, it is not strong enough to compete with higher authority players because the keywords that they use right now is competing with larger directories like Yelp and Reddit. So, because Yelp and Reddit have higher domain authorities, which are in the 90s, they are kind of trailing behind them. So top linking domains. According to Moz's offset SEO guide, not all backlinks are created equal. Search engines value links that come from relevant, trustworthy, and preferably local sources because they act as a vote of confidence for the site's expertise in the industry and in the community. House of Handsome has 113 backlinks, which is the highest volume among its competitors. However, many of these websites are not relevant, just like justlanded.com, soundflare.xyz. As you can see in the pictures provided, some of these websites don't necessarily cater towards their industry in comparison to their competitors. So these are the types of website that you would not want to have as your backlink. You would need to have backlinks that are more local and relevant to your business. So it kind of shows that the House of Handsome's challenge is not the number of its backlinks, but the quality and relevance. So one thing that they can improve to improve their rankings in SEO is to audit and clean up their backlink profiles to ensure that their top linking domains are relevant to the industry. Because why is someone looking for haircuts from justlanded.com when it's more about how a person can um, not assimilate, but how a person can live their life being an immigrant and moving to a different country. And it serves over 137 countries. So they need to leverage local partnerships, local directories, and leverage local trusted sources. Lastly, we're going to go through the top search competitors. According to Moz's analysis of top search competitors report, House of Handsome is competing with domains like Reddit, Pinterest, YouTube, and GQ. These sites dominate the top spots because they publish massive volumes of general style, grooming, and pop culture content, not because they're targeting men's haircut in Edmonton. The competitor set reveals that House of Handsome has a keyword misalignment problem. For example, they post blogs using generalized keywords. For example, they're how to grow a mullet, which is more optimized for broad hairstyle or grooming terms that attract national or international traffic. And pit those keywords pit the site against um, domain authorities, I mean, websites with higher authorities and global platforms, which is impossible to win when you have a domain authority of 12. So, for an Edmonton based barber, they need to highlight the need to step away from targeting towards international or global keywords and focus more on local and service driven search terms that are specifically catered towards the local.
So my name is Ray, and for the next slides, we're gonna go through SparkToro, the tool that we use to explore the House of Handsome's website current customer base, strength, and opportunities to expand into a new market. The brand's audience is heavily female dominant, as we can see, which is surprising for a barbershop. Women might be decision makers or referral sources, or maybe they're booking or recommending services for partners, family, or friends. As we can see, their top employer industries go to cosmetic with 26%, consumer services with 10%, and finally health, wellness, and fitness with 8.2%. It shows their audience is highly connected to the beauty and wellness industry. It means that the brand's positioning overlaps with self-care and lifestyle trends. Let's go to their social network usage. With the highest percentage with Discord with 34.4%, and then GitHub, TikTok, Reddit, and Instagram. The audience is digitally active and somewhat tech oriented. The TikTok audience represents creative and trend driven engagement. Instagram is still key for visuals but not dominant. The brand may not be using Instagram to its full potential. Discord and Reddit suggest community-based engagement opportunities. Maybe they can build local discussions or special offers via social communities. Here is some insight for keyword and website behavior. So the website affinity goes to Best Buy, bestbuy.ca, which has the highest affinity with 78 out of 100, and domain authority of 86 and 7.4 million visits per month. It means the audience overlaps with mainstream retail and tech savvy shoppers. These users also appreciate convenience, modern design, and strong online experiences. Top keyword affinity goes to best barbershop close to me, and people searching for the brand are also actively searching for this keyword.
Hi everyone, my name is Sebastian, and I'll be taking you through how Google Trends can improve the SEO strategy for House of Handsome. Firstly, we can take a look at the peak seasons here. As you can see, the peak season for the keyword barbershop is just around August, end of summer, maybe beginning of fall. Possible recommendations for that maybe to increase marketing efforts before the peak season in order to improve traffic and make more revenue.
Let's peek at Google Trends for the past 5 years in Alberta. We put 3 search terms in the ring: barbershop Edmonton, men's haircut Edmonton, and beard trim Edmonton. The results: barbershop Edmonton struts its stuff with an average of 10 on Google's interest meter, occasionally rocketing to 50. Clearly, folks love a good trim during certain seasons. Beard trim Edmonton mostly chills around a 3, but every so often it skyrockets to 100, proving there's a loyal crowd ready to groom their glorious facial fuzz. However, men's haircut Edmonton is a ghost town. with a big fat zero. Hardly the stuff of SEO dreams. So if you're chasing those local SEO gold stars, stick with barbershop and beard trim search terms, especially before and during the spring season when people will be searching these terms. They're the real deal, drawing in the clicks and showing true customer interest.
Nextly, we analyzed high demand areas such as the Duke, Beaumont, and St. Albert, which are more relevant towards House of Handsome because House of Handsome only has stores located in and around the Edmonton area. A recommendation for this may be to align digital advertising and SEO efforts with these high demand areas to increase traffic and notice. Now we move on to probably our most important part of our analysis, the competitor analysis. We can see here that Great Clips shows a significantly higher overall search demand, particularly in August, and just a strong demand throughout the year compared to House of Handsome. The House of Handsome shows little to no interest, with small surges throughout the year, especially towards the end of August. Great Clips has regional demand in Beaumont and St. Albert with complete dominance, and House of Handsome having no interest at all. However, if we move to Edmonton, Sherwood Park, and Collingwood Cove, you can see that House of Handsome still has the minority, but they closely improve. This is a bit skewed as Great Clips has much more.
Tying everything together, our planner shows that real demand exists for House of Handsome services. From there, we used our SEO tools analysis to identify the strengths and weaknesses in their online performance. This is where we start thinking about the next phase, taking those insights and applying them in measurable ways. One possible step could be exploring a Google Ads campaign to turn our data and analysis into actionable results. I admit I don't know much about Google Ads just yet, but I'm really looking forward to learning more from my colleagues about how it can complement our SEO strategy. And that brings us to the end of our presentation. Thanks for watching. Together, our team used data from Google Keyword Planner, Moz, SparkToro, and Google Trends to build one clear, actionable SEO strategy for House of Handsome, helping them to boost their local visibility and connect with more clients right here in Edmonton. We hope you enjoyed our presentation, and thank you again for your time. Take care.